Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. So no one else knows what to do. That's why I spend my life with you. I won't please you.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's been such a long time, but I'm gonna dive straight into this one. So the first thing I'm doing is moisturizing my face. I do not remember the name of it. I find it very hard to pronounce this product, but whatever I use, I'm gonna put it in the description box below. I'm gonna apologize in advance. As I'm editing this video, my nose is blocked. It's like so stuffy, so I apologize if I just sound a bit ew. I'm priming my face with the Milk Grip and the YSL Blur primers. Those two primers together are absolutely amazing. It makes my foundation come out so flawless every single time. I literally learned from other makeup artists that when it comes to primer, I recently found a tip that if you use your finger and you literally tap the primer into your skin, the more effective the primer is. My face is finally moisturized and primed, and we're going to dive into some foundation. There are literally so many good foundations out there, but I personally haven't found the foundation where it's just like, oh my god, this is the foundation for me, I'm going to use this every day, I have to get this, blah blah blah. I mix and blend quite a lot. With that being said, I am using the MAC Studio Fix Fluid foundation in the shade NC44 and the NARS foundation in Tahoe. NARS Tahoe at the moment is quite dark for me, only because it's my summer shade and it's quite cold in London. You don't really get much sun. But when it comes to like my foundation shades and stuff, I have actually never really found a foundation that's really like my skin tone, only because I feel like when it comes to my skin tone, I have an identity problem. My skin tone kind of fluctuates a bit. I can be an olive tone sometimes, I can be a yellow tone or even a golden tone. And in MAC shades, I go between MAC NC35 between NC45. Throughout this video, you'll probably see me go back and forth with my brows, only because I have a very straight brow and then I have an arched brow, and I don't know which one I prefer. Moving on to some concealer. As you may know, I don't really have favourite products, but with concealer, my most used concealer is e.l.f. So I'm currently using the e.l.f. concealer, and I am going to use my PC52 brush, my favourite brush from Peaches and Cream, and I'm going to highlight underneath my eyes, my chin, my nose, a tiny bit on my forehead and just above my cupid's bow. I'm also using a Lancome concealer. I didn't realise that it was brighter than the concealer that I had already placed, but I got this on sale and I wanted to try something new. And if you must know, I do not regret buying the concealer. The concealer is amazing. Once I've left the concealer to dry out for a few seconds, I try to aim for like 45 seconds just so it gets a bit tacky and I can aim for like a full coverage finish. I'll go with my Real Techniques setting brush. You can get it from like that 4-set brush palette, but I'll put it in the description box anyways, and I will just use it and I will just blend out the edges first and then slowly make my way towards like the middle of the concealer and blend that out. A majority of the time I do use a beauty blender, but I've been really feeling the brush method lately. So with the brush method, I tap, I never ever swipe. If I feel like I've used a bit too much concealer and I look a bit pale, I'll go back in with my foundation brush and I'll literally just pat whatever is on that brush back into my skin. This video was actually supposed to be up by January. I failed myself because I now have a new updated contour routine. So I'm going to skip the contouring part and I'll do another video separately for that. But for contour in this video, for cream, I used the Mima Mitchell blush one. I can't remember what shade it is, but I will make sure again to put it in the description box below. Now to really get that bright under eye that I like, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Fairy Rose concealer, and for blush, I'm using the Nip and Fab blush illuminator. It's really nice, really nice. It's like a rose gold undertone. absolutely amazing. But I'm going to follow the same steps that I did to conceal in the beginning. Now that I've blended out all of that concealer, I'm literally just going to go back and forth, just to make sure that I blended it all out, so I'm preparing that concealer to now be set with the setting powder. For setting powder, I use Huda Beauty in Pound Cake. I used to hear makeup artists rave about this setting powder for the longest. I was thinking, let me hurry up and get my hands on it. Saw it on sale. I'm the queen of sales, so got it in the sale at a very discounted price, and I fell in love. I really did. I fell in love. Before, my favorite setting powder was the Laura Mercier. It still is, but now it's like they're both the same. Like, I both love them, so I now mix them both together to get the seamless and the crease proof under eye look. Do you know what I mean? With that being said, I tend to set mainly my forehead, my chin. I go ham on my nose because that's where I oil the most, but eventually you will see me just powder my whole face, but not like I'll dip and dive into the powder. Whatever's left over on that brush, I'll just pat the rest of my face with. When it comes to me finally like finishing the setting powder, I get gassed. I be getting gassed because I be already seeing like, yes, we're halfway through the makeup, everything's going intact, and I get excited thinking, oh, what's gonna happen next? But I'm priming my eyelids now because we're diving into some eyeshadow, and I prime it with the Be Perfect primer and then blend it out with that concealer powder. So whatever's on that brush from concealer, I will use it with the primer. I am using the Jaclyn Hill palette, number 2 I think, and I'm going into a brown orangey shade, and I'm going to apply that all over my lid. This is my transition shade. So the transition shade for me is basically me just putting down a base shadow and building up the product so that my eye at the end has more payoff than it just being dull. With the transition shade, I literally blend that all throughout the lid. Above towards my eyebrow, just blend it all out, make it seem flawless, nicely blended. Just keep blending until your hands hurt. This palette has been used and abused, but I'm going in with that brown shade and I'm just going to put it just above my crease. Don't take it any further than just above your crease. As you know, I have hooded eyes, so I'm now going to create an illusion to make it seem like I have a slightly bigger eye, so I don't really have that much of a hood. That's what I'm trying to do. And with that, I put that just above my crease, and I'm gonna just tap it in, and that towards the end, I will blend it out into my transition shade, but just not so far up. Going back in now with the first palette, I'm going to use this nice berry shade and I'm going to apply it at the ending of my crease and blend it in with that brown shade. I'm not going to lie, I was thinking I'm always doing the same look, so in this video I freestyled with that colour. I'm doing the same thing that I did with the crease brown and I'm literally just blending it in. Just every time I just don't take it as far up as the previous shade because I want to see all of the colours that I've used. I need to see that payoff. I'm going back in with the brush I used to apply the brown, and I'm going to bring back that brown because I feel like I somewhat kind of lost it. So I'm going to kind of smoke it up and into just somewhat between the berry shade and my transition shade. I felt felt like the eyeshadow was looking okay, but I just wanted it to be a bit more full and more somewhat, not in your face, but just a bit more deeper and not so basic, you know what I mean? Where I placed the black, I didn't really blend this up as much, only because it's such a dominant colour, and I still, like I said previously, I want to keep all the colours there. Using my Morphe buffer brush, I'm about to just blend out all those harsh lines or anything that wasn't blended before, and just blend it out just so that it just looks so flawless. Lately, I have been really enjoying like that soft glam look, so I've decided to go back in with the eye primer and create like a soft crease and just blend it all into my lid, not bringing it so up, only because the eyeshadow will do that for me. Going back into the palette, I'm going to use this nice peachy tone and I'm going to just bring it up to create like a fox cut crease. Notice as I'm putting this eyeshadow on, I'm not swiping, I'm patting it onto my crease so that I can build up the product so I can see that colour. I went ahead and I did my lashes, my eyeliner and my lips off camera, only because I feel like these take me the longest to do. So if that's something that you want to know how I do, let me know in the comment section and I will literally do a complete separate video for that. But regarding my under eyeshadow, whatever I've done to the top, I will reverse it and do to the bottom. I just don't apply as much because it's supposed to be faded. I like that faded look underneath the eye, only so it's not so too much and it's not so dominant down there. And now I'm just patting away all of that setting powder that I had underneath my eye, and I will set my face with the Morphe Sour Patches setting spray. Absolutely love the smell of that. And now getting ready to prepare my hair to blend that makeup into my hairline. If you have me on Instagram, my makeup page, you'll know that I was struggling with this hair for so long. I don't know if I'm going to upload that hair video anymore, only because I feel like I've left it so long and now I have better things to do, I have better content to come with. Talking about hair, I have finally started my hair care journey. So if you want me to document me growing out my hair and you want to see some products that I use, comment down below. But in the meantime, I'm just trying to get into wigs, recreate some makeup looks to go with these wigs. So if you know anywhere that does some amazing wigs that ship to the UK, please comment them down below, because I feel like it's now my time to get that inner bad bee out. Do you know what I mean? Moving on to some highlight. My clients cuss me all the time because I don't really use gold highlighters, because every time in the past I've used a highlighter that's too gold, it gives me that ashy effect and I don't like it. It's very much too much, should I say. I like my highlighter to look like skin, more on the natural side, but you can still see that glow. This is practically the finished look, and I want to thank you guys so much for supporting me and watching this video. Here is the finished look, and please like the video, subscribe to the channel because I have so much coming, and I'll see you in the next one.